Good morning, students. Welcome to you all. So, today we are going to discuss about a new chapter. That's a chapter 3. In fact, it's given as a chapter 2. So, the chapter name is Constant Variables and Data Types. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about three important concepts in order to develop any program, that is constants, variables, and data type. So let me give a brief introduction about the chapter, and followed by we'll discuss each and every concept in detail. Then. So any programming language, it is designed to help uh, process certain kinds of data consisting of numbers and may contain characters and strings. So the basically program language is designed to process the some kind of data. The data may contain a number, a character, or string. So we need to provide uh, an useful output, and that output is nothing but an information. Okay. Now, actually, the function of a computer system itself is that accepting the input. That means that input is nothing but that data, processing it, and followed by providing the an useful output. That output is nothing but information. Okay. Now basically, this programming language also designed to process some kind of data. That data consists of a number. It may contains a characters. It may contain a strings. Okay, and after processing all those kinds of data, we'll get an useful output that is nothing but an information. So the task of processing of data is accomplished by executing a sequence of instructions that's called as a program. Okay, what we discussed in the beginning of the this chapter itself, means the subject itself, what actually the program is nothing but a set of instruction that is given to the computer to perform some task. Suppose you want to take a photo, so you have to open a camera, right? So you should open camera. So how does it opens a camera? Okay, because there is a inbuilt instructions, so based on those instructions it does some task. Okay, so that is nothing but that instructions are nothing but a program. Okay, so in general, uh, the task of processing of data is accomplished by executing a sequence of instructions. Okay, that instruction is nothing but a program. So this instruction may contain certain symbols, or it may contain certain words, or it may contain certain rules to write those instructions. Okay, so as we discussed, like in a human language, or the communication language, so we do use some kind of rules and the regulation, or simply we can call it as a grammar. Okay, so we have to speak, we have to write according to the grammar only. So similarly, to give you some instruction on the computer, so it also follows some kind of rules. So those rules are made up of constant, the variables, as well as the data types. So anyway, let me move on to the first topic, that is the character set. So just now we discussed that a program or instruction may contain a symbols, or it may contain words, or it contains some syntax rules, or simply called as a grammars. Okay, so these character set are also called as a vocabulary of a programming language, and that is C programming language. So in our communicative language, we have a vocabulary. So similarly, programming language also contains vocabulary, simply called it as a character set. So what actually the character set? So character set that identifies the elements which are available in the language using various statements and the structures. Okay, so character set that does identifies some kind of elements which are available in language. Okay, and that are present in an various statement and the structures. Okay, so whenever you are writing some kind of statements in as a program, so that statement contains the character set. Okay, so here are the list of characters that you can see. uh, Letters, basically, to write a program language we need this kind of character set. It may be uppercase or the lowercase. Okay, alphabet only, then followed by uh, 9 digits, 0 to 9, and the combination of 0 to 9s. Okay, so we character set that consists of letters, the digits, even it contains special characters. So the sum of these special characters has been mentioned here: comma, ampersand, period symbol, the semicolons, the backslash, the asterisk, okay, the star. Okay, so these are all the special a meaning and in while writing a programming language. So once you when we'll get into the actual program, so we'll understand what are the uses of these the special kind special characters, fine. Even the character set that also includes white spaces, okay, simply called as a blank space. Okay, so after writing a word, you can see it here, those elements. Okay, so there is a space in between this is called as a blank space, or also called as a white space. While writing program language, we also leave some space. Okay, that simply call it as a blank space or the white space. White space not only includes blank space, it contains horizontal tab. Okay, there is a tab key in your keyboard, so that leaves three or more spaces. That's called as a horizontal tab, then followed by new line. So when you are pressing enter from the keyboard, so the cursor will move into the new line. So these three things that comes under white space. Okay, I hope it is clear. Or is a simple topic: character set, the characters that includes letters, the combination of letters, that means uppercase as well as the lowercase. uh, oh, so simply we can call it as a capital letter and the small letter, fine. Anyway, digits, it contains 0 to 9. Special characters, okay, so these are the basic special character. So it also contains some more characters, so we will discuss those kind of character later on. Then white spaces. Okay, now next very important topic, that is nothing but C tokens. Okay, so C tokens are nothing but individual words, and the punctuation marks are called as a tokens. Okay, in an instructions, so in an instruction, it may contain a letter, it may contain a digit, it may contain a special character. So a smallest individual units are known as C tokens. Okay, so while writing a passage, clear, while writing a passage, so for example, you're writing a passage in an English language, so it contains a text, it contains individual words, and it may contain punctuation marks. Okay, totally they are called as a token. For example, let it be this passage. Okay, in a C programming, the smallest individual units are known as a C token. So here it contains different text as well, it contains some words, and it contains some punctuation marks. So entire thing is called as a token. Similarly, C program, it also contains uh, words, it may contain some symbols, it may contain special characters, or it may contain some white space. So all together it's called as a C token. So in general, in a C program, the smallest individual unit are known as a token. Okay, so let me give an example how the program should be written. See here, I will write one example. C is equal to, so you want to do some calculation, A plus B. Okay, so here we have an words C, and we have some characters, sorry, that is a special character equal to, or you can call it as a symbol. And here we also have one more symbol, and at the end we have some special character, that is semicolon. Okay, so this smallest individual unit are called as a tokens. Okay, for example, one more example. See, let's see here, sum is equal to, okay, what is sum is word. Okay, and we have number 2 plus 7, so the program instruction should be end with the semicolon. Okay, see here, sum is equal to 2 plus 7. Sum is a word, 2 is a number, it comes under the character set only, and here we have plus, we are equal to. So entire thing is called as a tokens. Okay, so in simple, the tokens are the combination of letters, digits, special character, and a white spaces. Okay, I hope you it is clear what actually the tokens are. Okay, let me move on to the topic, the types of tokens. So here are the different types of tokens. So C tokens that are divided into keywords, constants, strings, operators, special symbols, and identifiers. Okay, so C token that contains 6 different parts. It contains keyword. So here are the keywords. So we will discuss all these topics one by one. Okay, let me explain it in brief in this slide. Okay, so there are some keywords. Keywords are nothing but the reserved words. Okay, keywords are nothing but reserved words, and that have some fixed meaning. Okay, so here two words are being given: float and a while. Okay, we cannot use it for any other purpose, it is only meant for some purpose. Okay, so that are nothing but keywords. Okay, also called as the reserved words. Okay, then followed by constants. So constants are the fixed values. Okay, here it is fixed words, here it is a fixed values. Their value could not be get changed during the execution of program. If it is 15.5, so it has to be a 15.5 only. Okay, so then we have strings. Okay, the strings are nothing but a sequence of character are nothing but a strings. See, usually in programming language the string are enclosed within double quotes. Okay, string always enclosed within the double quotes. Okay, I can write 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 itself is not becomes a string. I have to use double quote here, double quote 1 2 3 and double quote close. Okay, that is nothing but string. Okay, so strings are the sequence of characters. Then followed by we have operators. So operators, basic arithmetic operator, plus, minus, multiplication, and the usually it is a division symbol. Okay, then also dot. Okay, many more symbols are there, we'll discuss it later. Okay, then followed by identifiers. So identifiers are there is a some name given to the some part of the program. Okay, they are called as a variable, they are called as a functions. Okay, and they have some kind of words in order to identify they are in a program. So they are not reserved one. So here these things are some, some fixed the rules to write an identifiers. Okay, so it is useful to identify something in our programs. Okay, so you will understood once we reach this topic. Okay, then followed by some special symbols. So here are the some special symbols has been given. Okay, so even I can place a semicolon, I can place the colon. Okay, so these are the we can also place the bracket like this, the parenthesis. So these are the some special symbols. Okay, so all together it makes the C tokens. Okay, very important. So C tokens are consists of keywords, the constant, the strings, operators, identifiers, and the special symbol. Okay, let we go on one by one. Okay, let me start with the keywords. So the keywords are the reserved words that have a fixed meaning, and these meanings cannot be changed. Okay, keywords are the reserved words, they have a fixed meaning, and these meanings cannot be changed. See here, keyword, the float, while. Okay, some of the example also be given in this slide. Int, short. So int is used for representing the integer number. We cannot use it in a program language other than strings. Okay, short, this is a fixed meaning here. Okay, so after execution of a simple program we'll come to know that what actually the keywords. Okay, so it is keywords are the reserved words, and that their value could not be changed. That means they have a fixed meaning. We cannot use it for any other purpose. Okay. Now let's see the next topic, that is identifiers. So this is very important. Identifier. So identifiers are used for identifying the variables. Okay, variables are nothing but, okay, that is refers to the names of the variables. Variables are nothing but a storage location. Okay, so for example, if you want to add two number, okay, sum is equal to a plus b. Okay, I hope you know that in high school studies you used to represent the value of a is 5. Assume that value of a is 5. Assume that value of b is 3. Now what actually the value is 5 and 3, and they are stored in variable 5 and a and b, and we are applying it to here. So in order to refer the names to a value, okay, to refer a names to a value, we need a variable. Okay, so variable that stores the value in a memory location. For example, let it be a name. Okay, so name is a variable, and followed by my name is, let it be Raj. Okay, this is the value, right? Name is a variable, name becomes the variable, and Raj becomes the value. So to identifiers refers to the names of the variable. I hope you understood what actually I mean. So name is the variable that holds the value Raj. Okay, then also there is a functions and the arrays. So we'll discuss these topics later, what actual what are the functions and the arrays. Okay, in general, the identifiers are the names of the variables. Okay, similarly here the identifiers may consist of letters or digits. There is a rules for identifying the to write the identifiers. The those identifiers are the combination of letters and digits. Hello. uh, lab. uh, hold on. uh, ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ് ഉണ്ട് எப்போ வந்தார் So there are rules for identity for identifiers. So the first character must be an alphabet. Okay, should not be a number, should not be a, anything else. Okay, so it should be a alphabet or an underscore. Okay, so it may be either uppercase or the lowercase, not a matter, but the thing is that the first character must be alphabet. You should not write it as a any other symbols than alphabet and underscore. Okay, so must consist of only letters, digits and underscore. So it should have letters, it should have it may have digits, it have an underscore, but other symbols are not allowed. Then can contain both uppercase and lowercase letter, so that is fine. Then followed by maybe a length of 31 characters, so it should not exceed 31 character, and cannot be used any keywords and must not contain the white space. Okay, let me give an example of an identifier. Okay, so here I'll write name. Okay, so name is a valid identifier. Okay, so it is a combination of only the characters, that means alphabet only. Okay, both uppercase and the lowercase letters are okay. So now I can use one more, first underscore name. So this is also fine. First underscore can be used. So this is the underscore. okay, first underscore name. Then if you are writing first as a number, first name, okay, so this is wrong. Okay, see here the rules is first character must be alphabet or underscore. So this is not alphabet, this is not underscore, this is the digits, so this is invalid. Okay, so and even for example I'm writing one more identifier as a if, so I cannot use this keyword if, okay, because if is a keyword cannot be an identifier. So if I'm writing if underscore name, now this is fine. Okay, this is fine because if underscore name, so this is a single word, it becomes a single word. Now this can be acceptable one, fine. Then suppose I'm writing first name like this, first space, okay, name, first space name. Now this is invalid because there should not be any white space. C must not contain white space, that means we should not leave blank in between. First space name, okay, should not write. So either we have to use underscore or we have to write it together as a single word. Okay, I hope you understood what actually the identifiers. Okay, very important, what are the rules for writing identifiers. Okay, now let's see. Next topic is the constants. So constants are, as in name such, you know, constants and the dynamics, fine. The constants are the fixed value, okay, that do not change the during the execution of the program. Okay, so once the value has been assigned to the some variables, their value could not be changed during the execution of the programs. Okay, they are called as a constants. Okay, a fixed value we cannot change it. Okay, that's called as a constant. So let go on topic that types of constant. So basically constants are like this. It may contain number, it may contain any other character. Okay, they are called as a numeric and they are called as the character constant. Okay, so constants are two types: numeric character and the character constant. So numeric constants and the character constants. Numeric, that includes integers, and real constants. So integers, they, it may have positive or negative number, but there should not be a fraction number. For example 4, okay, minus 58. Okay, these are the valid integer constant. And suppose you are writing 3.5, okay, this is not a integer. Okay, because the integer does not contain fraction points. Okay, clear? Integers, it may contain positive number or it may contain negative number, there should not be any fraction. But real constant, that is positive or it may be negative or it may be a fraction numbers, so they are called as a real numbers. Okay, real numbers that includes fractional points. It may be a positive, it may be a negative, it may be negative with the fraction. Okay, so anything. Okay, so these numbers are called as a real constant. These are the examples for integer constant as well as a real constant. Followed by one more kind of constant, that is another type of constant, single character constant and the string character. Single character constant that should be enclosed with a single quote, and string constant that are enclosed with double quotes. Okay, so another example here is hello. Okay, that has to be enclosed within double quote. Okay, let us see one by one. Okay, first one is the integer constants. So integer constant, the further divided into decimals, octal and then hexadecimal number. So these are the basic number system: decimal number system, octal number system, as well as uh, hexadecimal number. So decimal, you know, the range is from 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9. Okay, so it may be a combination of any numbers from 0 to 9, maybe a positive or it may be negative. Okay, so here are some example, a very basic thing. I think you have studied in high school. Fine. Next one is octal number. Octal number, their base is 8. So 0 to 7. Okay, numbers are from 0 to 7. But how to identify whether it is octal number or a decimal number? Okay, so it should not exceed, one thing should be remember, 8, 9 are not part of octal number. Okay, they are not a part of octal number, and the combination of digits from the set of 0 through 7 and leading with O. Okay, it's not 0, O. See, while writing a program, uh, we have to use a O symbol, that means O, before writing octal numbers. Okay, so if you're writing 7 3, okay, or 73, let it be, so it will be considered as a decimal number if you are not using O. Okay, so we have to start with O, then we can write any octal number. See here, both these three example, the first number is the character is O, then followed by we can write any the combinations of from 0 to 7. Okay, with leading O. Okay, then followed by any uh, digits from 0 to 7, should not include 8 and 9. Okay, anyway, so another kind of number system, that is hexadecimal number system. Hexadecimal in the sense, their base is 16, and their number ranges from 0 to 9 and A to F. Okay, 0 to 9, then 10 is represented as A, 12 is 11 is represented as B, and goes on, and 15, okay, number from 0 to 15, that is represented in F. Okay, 0 to 9, 10 to 15, and we should not write 10, 11, 12 like that. We should use the alphabet symbol A to F. Okay, here are the example, A to F. Okay, look at this, 0 to 0 x 2. What does it mean? There's nothing but if it is starts with x, then it will be considered as an hexadecimal number. Here also it's a, there is a x, there is a x here, there is a x. Fine. So all those things represents the, it's an hexadecimal number. So like octal number, it also be represented with a character x. Okay, so character x and followed by any kinds of combination, that is nothing but an hexadecimal numbers. Okay, I hope you understood the integer constant. There are three types: decimals, octals, and hexadecimal numbers. Fine. So another type of constant, it's called as a real constant. So real constant that includes, these are the integer constant. So integer constant does not include a fraction. So that's why real constant. So real constant, it also called as a floating point number, contains both an integer part and the factorial fractional part. Okay, integer part and a fraction. So integer part, which comes before decimal point, and fractional point that comes after a fractional point, or also called as a decimal point. Okay, 21.7 minus 0.7, 36 point. Okay, so any combination, okay, there must be a fraction. Clear? So I can represent 5 as like this, 5.0. So this will become real constant only, right? A real, or it's also called as a floating point numbers. Next, followed by another type of constant, that is single character constant. So single character constant, any character, if it is enclosed within single quote, it's called as a single character constant. Okay, a character enclosed within a single quote, it's called as a single character constant. Okay, so anything. Okay, see here, 5 x semicolon, and there is a space. Okay, and the space also enclosed within single quote, it's called as a single character constant. Okay, and its counterpart, that's called as a string constants. The string constants are nothing but a characters or a sequence of characters that are enclosed within double quote. Okay, here it is single quote, single character. Here any combination of the characters with double quotes. Okay, so hello India. So these are the the character they are enclosed within double quotes. Okay, it's called as a string constant. Okay, I hope you understood this part. Integer constant, the real constant, single character constant, the string constant, another type of constant. It's called as a backslash constant. So backslash constants are nothing but, so there are some meanings for some characters in a programming language. So you want to go for new line, actually we are using enter button to go for new line, or cursor to be moved into new line, or tab to move on, for to leave a three space. But in programming language we have to use this kind of the characters in order to move to new line, or to if you want to use the horizontal tab. Okay, anyway, it's also called as a escape sequence. Okay, most commonly these kind of characters are used as a part of the output statement. Okay, so escape sequence is a combination of two character. Okay, it is only combination of two character in which the first character should be backslash. So first character should be backslash, then followed by some words, sorry, some characters. Okay, it contains only two characters. The first character should be backslash, then followed by it contains a character. Okay, backslash character followed by some character, it does have some meaning. Okay, one example is backslash n, it is for new line, backslash t, it is for horizontal tab. Okay, most commonly these kind of characters are used to set the output statements. Okay, so that's all about the constants. So first part of sweet tokens, that is uh, keywords we discuss, identifiers we discuss, as well as the constants. Okay, so along with that we have already discussed the strings, the special symbols, and the operators. So let me move on to the new topic, that is variables. Okay, very important concept, the variable. Anyway, so here we'll discuss what are the variables and the what why the variables are used in a programming language. Fine. So consider a general scenario. Suppose you want to store some item at your home. Okay, what we do, so we keep it inside the uh, inside a container. Let it be a container, or inside on the shelf, on the rack. So we are keeping, we are storing some items. So similarly, in a programming language we want to store some values. Okay, that means, as for example, there is a number called 5. This is a value, I want to store this in somewhere else. Okay, so the most commonly used terminology to store the result or to store the values are nothing but the variable. Okay, so then a variable is a data name. Okay, like in our home we can call it as a shelf, we can call it as a container. Okay, so variable is a data name that may be used to store the data value. Okay, this is the variables are nothing but data name, and to store the data value. Okay, this is the data value, that is 5, and we are storing it in name, so that name is nothing but variable. Okay, and also you represents the name of the memory location where a data value can be stored. Okay, let it be, this is a shelf. Okay, at your home this is a shelf. Okay, you want to keep your bag, you want to keep your bag. Okay, fine. So this is your bag. Okay, this is your bag, you want to keep it here. Okay, now so shelf becomes the variable, bag is the value. Okay, so bag is the value, and each variable in reality represents the name of the memory location. Okay, so this is the first shelf, this is the second shelf, this is the third shelf. Okay, now I want to keep it in second. Okay, this is called as a memory location. Okay, so now my your bag is in location 2. Okay, in first location may kept some other object, and you have kept some other object in third, you are kept your bag in second shelf. Okay, so now here each variable in reality represents the name of the memory. Okay, shelf 2, I can use shelf 2 and name of the memory location where data value can be stored. So my bag is in a shelf 2, so that is the name of the variable. Okay, so I hope you understood what actually the variables are the name. Okay, I can use in this example, that is shelf 2, and that holds my bag. My bag is nothing but data value, right? Okay, anyway, location 2, the shelf 1. Okay, into the shelf I go keep my bag, that's all. Okay, a variable may take different values at different times during the execution. Okay, so sometime, suppose I will remove this bag from here, and I will place some other let it be a water bottle. Okay, I will place the water bottle here. Okay, so that's why it is called variable may take different value at different times during the execution. So first I kept my bag in shelf, then afterwards I removed that bag from that shelf and kept my water bottle here. Fine. So that's what the this point says. Okay, a variable may take different values at different times during the execution. Okay, so how we can represent the variable here? The representation of the variable can be like this: average. So these are some example: name, class, total. Okay, and you can represent it in a, b, number, weight, and length. Okay, and does contain some values. For example, total is equal to 100. Okay, then I will use one more variable called grade is equal to a. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, this is simply representing the name of the variables. Okay, so while writing the name of the variable, we should remember it does takes the same rules as an identifier. That means it should not be start with numbers, it should not be start with any special character, it should be start with underscore or any alphabets. Okay, so here all the examples are given with an alphabets, and it should not contain a keywords. Okay, and most commonly it does have 31 characters. Okay, so the naming of a variable that follows the same rules as the rules for the identifiers. Okay, so that's all about the topic C, tokens. So far we discussed the tokens, and they're divided into keywords, constant, identifiers, strings, operators, and the special characters. And then we discussed these concepts in constants, their types. Okay, then followed by at the end we discussed about the variables. Okay, so that's all about today's class. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can comment it in the comment sections. Fine. Thank you for watching the class. Thank you all.